That was Brenda White and the White Boys come together. I'm playing my music tonight, aren't I? Yeah, earlier when we took a break, you heard What's Going On. That's my version, Mercy Mercy. That's Brenda White and the White Boys versions of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, Mercy Mercy. I ain't trying to pimp nobody nothing, but it would be nice if you run over to iTunes and buy it. Thank you very much. Okay, so we got Jackie back on the line. We got Jill off of Skype. And now it is time for y'all to hear Jackie's commentary of the week. Jackie, what's the name of the commentary?
Well, just play it, Ben. It's all pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, here we go. Jackie likes to surprise us a little bit. Here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Miss Uppity Speaks. Today's topic, defining success. If you are one of the intrepid souls who suffered through the Republican National Convention last week, you may have been struck, as I was, by their continuing narrative on the notion of success. I must admit that I found that narrative incredibly offensive. The Republicans argued that money defines success, and it doesn't even matter how you got that money. It only matters that you have a lot of it. That's why they were bold enough to stand before the nation and tout the success of their nominee for president. You see, Mitt Romney started as an American son of privilege. He then used his privileged position to make lots and lots of money. How, you ask? Well, in a nutshell, he purchased companies and borrowed money against the assets of those companies, loading them up with debt. Using the money from this indebtedness, he then paid himself and his investors tens of millions of dollars in fees, raided the employee pensions, and then put them out of work. And finally, he took those companies into bankruptcy and walked away with even more money. In other words, he got his money the old-fashioned way. He stole it. And I won't even go into his hobby of avoiding paying taxes on the money that he stole. Which leads me to a discussion of my grandmother. My grandmother was a teacher for all of her adult life. When she was employed by the school system, she taught children during the day. And since illiteracy was rampant among adults in rural Arkansas, she took it upon herself to teach their parents at night. She never attained great financial wealth, but she had a wealth of wisdom, and that she shared liberally. And when she died at the age of 89, there were so many people at her homegoing that the church was filled to capacity. And outside the church, there were people standing in the breezeway and the courtyard just to show their respect for her. There were twice as many people on the church grounds that day than there were people in the entire population of the community where she lived. She was a woman who showed us how we should live and how we should die. And she enriched the lives of those lucky enough to know her. And even though she never became rich like Mitt Romney, would anyone dare say that hers was an unsuccessful life? If you got a good look at the crowd in the hall of the Republican convention and closely listened to what they were saying, you could reasonably assume that my grandmother would not have been welcome there. And that's the real shame of it, because she could have taught them a thing or two about the true definition of success. Thanks for listening to this episode of Miss Uppity Speaks. You can find me on Facebook at Miss Uppity Speaks, and please be sure to hit me up on Twitter at Miss Uppity Speaks.
Jackie, what a great commentary.
Like it.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. You know, y'all, I do these shows and I just count on everybody to be professional. Pastor Mitty Collier, Jackie, whomever that has to pre-record something. And I never listen. I hear them for the first time. I hear Pastor Collier's sermons for the first time when I broadcast to y'all, and I hear Jackie's commentary for the first time. And I was just touched when she started talking about my mom and her grandmother. Jackie, that was absolutely wonderful.
Well, thank you, Bryn. You know, but when I was watching that and listening, I just found myself getting madder and madder and madder.
And listen.
It just got me to thinking about, my grandmother. Well, everybody, I called my grandmother Mamo. Okay?
Right.
But it just got me to thinking about Mamo and how Mitt Romney would probably give his right arm to have the love and respect that my grandmother had.
Yeah. And he can't, and he got money and he can't even buy none.
That's right. He can't even buy it.
Well, Jackie, let me tell you, last night, I was watching one of my favorite news shows. And some guy was on that wrote a new book, and I didn't even pay attention to his name and the book, but he started laying out that how Mitt Romney and Bain Capital, what they did, that people are going to jail, how they made their money. He said it is nothing more than a a well-organized Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
That's the exact thing that happened to Teddy Riley. Some sweet, fast-talking, intelligent man said, "I can get you out of a bankruptcy. I can save you from bankruptcy. I can get your house out of foreclosure where you'll own it. Just sign it over to me." And from there, the man borrowed money, $8 million against Teddy Riley's $1.5 million mansion or whatever, and he created a couple of companies, one to buy the house, one to bid, one to Teddy Riley lost everything, and the money owed was all in his name.
That's right.
So what Mitt Romney did, they bought these companies, borrowed money against the companies,
yes,
and then stole the pensions and
yes,
retirement plans and stuff, and then walked away with the companies owing all the money.
yes.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
Yes, but the thing about it, Brenda, now see, and this is one of the problems with our laws, simply because when a company does it, that's called a leveraged buyout.
Yes.
So
Jackie,
what they do is unsavory and mean and bad to the folks that are in the community and the people who work in those companies.
but it ain't against the law.
But it is not illegal. So, and that's one of the things you hear people talking about, things that are unethical but not illegal. There are some things that should be illegal, because the other great thing about these companies that they don't talk about is that the executives of those companies, his boys, they give them golden parachutes so they'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But the regular workers, they get, as Jennifer Granholm said, the shaft.
Yes. Dave Caper said MC Hammer got caught up in that same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is amazing. Now, the guy that robbed Teddy Riley and many others of their homes and stuff, and left them owing the money after they borrowed against their homes,
yes,
and their things, he ended up in jail. So, a lot of people were saying in the beginning, as they started to discover how Bain Capital made its money, okay, not illegal, but surely wasn't ethical.
But Brenda, the thing about it is simply that is how many private equity firms do it. Not all, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, not all, but many do, because that is a great way to make money. And one of the things that they teach you in business school is that the best way to make money is with other people's money.
With other people's money.
And so,
but Jackie, with these stories that he continues to whine, but he has not stepped forward. You've never heard Mitt Romney say that man or that woman lied on me.
Yes.
He's never used it. They're telling falsehoods.
Yeah. Well,
untruths.
They are telling falsehoods, or I don't remember.
I don't recall. He doesn't recall a horrific incident of having his cronies chase a kid down, hold him down while he cut his hair.
Yes.
I bet you if that individual was living, which he is not.
No, he's not.
I bet he would tell a whole different story, and I bet you Mitt Romney would have to come up with a better lie.
Well, yeah.
But I don't recall Jackie bullshit. He recalls doing that.
Well, it's real funny how so many people that were there recall it in great detail, but poor Mitt, he just can't. It just escaped his notice.
I don't know why people are surprised, because I saw a clip of Mitt Romney saying that what Sarah Palin where her troubles came was she tried to answer these people. He said, when you know an answer is not going to be popular, don't answer that.
Yes.
So he and his wife, that's their number one lesson.
Yes.
Don't answer that. And she's supposed to be sent out to be the soft touch to get folks off of Mitt's back. Y'all upsetting my multiple sclerosis. Y'all upsetting my sugar with all this. We ain't falling for it. And now that heifer is getting an attitude. You people need to, what? Who's you talking to?
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, Mrs. Romney's claws have been coming out.
Oh, they've been coming out. And then she's as stupid as her husband. She said to one investigative reporter, I'm not going to tell you that because that'll just be more ammunition against us. What? Bitch, did you just say more? Did you just say? She said it. And I'm not lying, y'all. If you look up all these clips on her, she absolutely said that we've shown you all we're going to show you about our taxes. You people just need to get you, because that's just more ammunition for y'all. So Harry is right.
Oh, yes.
Which we always believed he was. Harry Reid is not that. He doesn't have a reputation for lying.
Yes.
So we figured he was right when he threw that bone out there.
Oh, yes.
And he had them backtracking and talking about that for the last 2 months.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's an amazing thing.
Yes.
Okay, Jackie, you said you wanted to say a little something about this rape, women being forced to have the rapist baby before
I just said that maybe we could do that next week.
Oh, okay. All right.
To talk about that, and I really want to talk about it because the reason I do is because in the Republicans' convention, and I had to check on that to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
But in the platform in the Republicans' platform, the
Democratic.
Okay, no, the plank in the Republican platform.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. On abortion is no abortion, no exception, which includes the life and health of the mother.
Yeah.
So it is not just for rape and incest.
Mm-hmm.
It is also even if having this baby will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it.
It's an amazing thing, Jackie. And do you notice that everything that the Republicans are laying on us and trying to make a law, they were all against that before.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it ought to be a law. Yeah. And anything that Barack Obama is for, that they used to be for, they are now against it.